What's up, you guys? Blip Noir here again, and today I'm going to take you through a very, very old version of Newisle. Actually, the oldest version of Newisle that I have on hand. It's a backup from back in 2011. So I was looking through my archives, and I've had this hosted on my Planet Minecraft page for a while, and this is actually from December 2011. So really, really old version of Newisle. It spawned me over here by a giant NI sign. So I'm just gonna take you through it and like give you my thoughts on my way old version of this map. So if you've seen like a bunch of billboards around in 1.0, 1.1, or 1.2 that have NI around, a couple people have asked me about what the hell that means, and it means Newisle. I thought that was pretty obvious, but apparently not. I guess the billboard isn't that super obvious that it's supposed to resemble a city and say Newisle, but whatever, I digress. Um, I guess this used to be my spawn point. I've had it as the waterfront for a little while now, but this random bridge out into the middle of nowhere seems to be my spawn point. So I've still got like the old "Welcome to the City of Newisle" signs. Now leaving Newisle, hope you enjoyed your stay. So clearly I've had that for a while now, that exact thing. As people leave the city, have a random greenhouse here. So wow, I got rid of this a long time ago. I don't know why I just had a birch tree here, but I guess I wanted to preserve it for some reason. Wow. Okay, so back in the day, Newisle just kind of extended to where Union Station is now. I'm on Center Avenue right now, and it's pretty puny. It's only 4 blocks across. Whoa, okay, the Flatiron Station. I guess this used to be what was now Union Station on the subway lines. So I got Central Express train station. So I didn't used to call it Union Station by the looks of it. So you would have seen this building survive in version 1.0 and version 1.1, and then just axed it in version 1.2 because I built something better. So I used a lot of torches. Yeah, I guess that was the only lighting source, so that makes sense. I used to have a tram line out here. Damn, okay. Fancy schmancy. Well, not really. I've got subways now, so I'm a lot more advanced. Let's see. Okay, this building survived. It's in 1.2 now as well. Just a lot more detailed. This one didn't make it past 1.1. That's when I got rid of that. Let's see. Okay, so I still had the subway entrances around here. Well, this is a hazard. That probably hurt people back in the day. I still got my automated subway. Jesus! What is going on here? Whoa, that actually scared the shit out of me. Is this how my subway used to work back in the day? Well, work is a subjective word. So I still had Dead Wolf Station back in the day. It looks like this was a lot more simplistic. Man, so I got a bunch of minecarts running around here. Where did this go? Okay, okay. Peregrine Station? What a dumb name. I had dumb names back in 2011. So far that I've come. The Flatiron Building. Oh, okay, I remember what I based this on. There's this building in Toronto, my hometown, that they call the Flatiron Building. It's not as cool as New York City's, but it's down in the downtown district, and it's kind of this like wedge shape. But this isn't really looking all that great. So this is what buildings used to look like back in the day, back before you had all the cool detailing elements that you could have nowadays. So my subway stations were kind of frickin' dangerous too. Didn't have any like barriers or anything going on here, so you could just fall in. So try not to die before you get around Newisle back in the day, am I right? Okay. So this is pretty simplistic looking. I think this subway station looked pretty similar until I think 1.2 when I updated it. I didn't go really super detailed with these downtown subway stations back in the day. Not that I've upgraded much, but yeah, they look pretty bad. My bank building survived, so I'm probably going to keep that around forever. I generally like the design of it. This building survived until, I want to say 1.2. Yeah, in one way or another. These I got rid of in 1.1. This is pretty blocky and yuck looking. My hotel. So the Luna Hotel survived to this day with a few modifications. A Half Moon Hotel is what I called it back in the day, and you smoked your head if you went down in the subway station here. Nice. And long corridor. Oh yeah, this used to be a tram as well. Oh, I used to call that Main Street. Whoa. Like, I'm having my own mind blown here, just looking around in this map, because I really haven't explored it much either. Like, I have it available for download, and you can find it below on my Planet Minecraft page that I link to, if you want to just check this out. But, I mean, you're going to be kind of looking at it with a fresh set of eyes, just like I am right now. Like, I'm familiar with my map, but this is just like, whoa, so simplistic. So this building survived. Oh, this whole kind of district survived. I've just done some detailing over the years. Man, this is just a fire hazard waiting to happen. It's like all wool. This is now my theater. So this used to be a hotel up until 1.2. Scallywags is still here. I could have sworn my waterfront was the spawn point, but maybe I just haven't touched this map in so long that my spawn point just got moved over to where Center Avenue ends. So I had a bunch of boats here. That's kind of cool. Oh, you can see all the crappy landscapes in the distance now too. Like over the years, I've terraformed this map a ton, so that looks nothing like what you know the map to be now. Like Grantry over there, yeah, that's where Grantry would end up in later versions. But you can see just the amount of terraforming I've done over the years, and people ask me for the seed a bunch of times, and I'm just like, well, it's not going to look anything like what it looked like when I first spawned here. Because keep in mind, I've been doing this since the alpha days, so even now, and this version of the map in between 1.2 that I released back in August, like, looks nothing like it. Every build begins with an idea. If you can imagine it, you can make it. I think, yeah, now my sign says if you can imagine it, you can build it. So even just the language on the signs has changed over the years. And there was just cows hanging around here. Okay. Hi guys, what's going on? Man, everything's just so simple looking. This building hasn't changed all that much. I mean, I've refreshed it with a couple new materials here and there, but overall pretty much the same. You can see some of my office buildings are just what they are currently, but stumpier. Newsstand. What is this? Get Newisle's breaking news here. Well, I can't get it anywhere because nobody's working here. You guys taking the day off or something? Come on, get back to work. Newisle hot dogs. Hot dog $2.50, Polish sausage $3, Italian $3.50, German mild $3. The finest dogs in town. Well, you see a bunch of hot dog stands in Newisle 1.2, but shit has gotten like way more expensive because a lot happens in 8 years and wages are not going as far as they used to, clearly. Ah, Castle Center. This is still around. This building eventually became my hospital, Mount Pleasant Hospitals. So I took elements of it and I just moved it over with MC Edit. So that looked really different. Wow. My subway system was a bit more rainbow colored back in the day. What? I had 4 interchanges? Damn. That was a lot more complicated. Oh, well, this is a bad design. So I got 2 different subways ending here in this terminal. Next stop, Eterna Tower Station. Oh yeah, my subway system just did not make sense back in the day. Like, these lines just did not go anywhere that made sense. But you can see a couple elements have made it through the years. Oh yeah, there used to be an entrance to the castle here, and there used to be this like random little kitchen downstairs. And then this little hideaway too. I don't know why I just had a random basement here in the castle, but you know, things change over time, clearly. Oh, nice little throne going on here. Nice, nice. Not really. Now it's my map room. This building, that is now in Midtown, or at least parts of it. So I kept like little facades of things over the years. This building has survived. I've just updated the exteriors over the years. What is this, a Horizon building? This did not make it. I killed that in 1.2. Man, all my doors are broken, so I guess that's just what happens when you don't really make an effort to keep versions of the game updated, or versions of this map up to the most recent versions of Minecraft. So these kind of townhouse looking buildings have survived for the most part. So they're one of the older things and still surviving in the city to this day. So they've been around for at least, I want to say, 8 years. One of these buildings has made it into 1.2, but of course I updated the exteriors as well, gave it a bit of a refresh. This building is more or less survived, but it's not wool anymore, so no more fire hazard for that. This guy has survived for sure. What's going on here? Ah, again, no barriers. Man, UI was really dangerous back in the day. Like, I have fences and stuff around here, I guess just to keep you on the street. But here you would have tumbled down the hill and like broken your neck or something. Jesus. These silly little wool buildings didn't make it either. And this bridge just sucks. Like, this is Center Avenue. I made efforts to expand it over the years and just make it wider. But man, I did not really have much of a main street going on back in the day. Lots of these signs saying NI a lot though. So I guess that was my thing back in the day. Like, that's how I marked this as my main city. Over there's where Cliffcrest, or no, Cliffcrest is that way. Here is Highfield. So I really made an effort to make a nice little suburb over here. Oh yeah, I had a train station out here. I think I was going to make this into a little farm town or something. So this is where you would have gotten on to go to Cliffcrest. And I had a subway connection going downtown. So it still ran under Center Avenue, but it had glass instead. Interesting. This apartment building didn't make it, so now I've got kind of, I guess, row houses and a little bit of a cafe district going on here. Old Town's still around. And Old Town, you'll see in 1.1, 1.2, it doesn't even look any different. So this has really gone more or less unchanged over the years. I guess I've just added a little bit of detailing around the main square here, you know, filled the shops with items so they're not just empty. And for the longest time, Newisle was just empty. I think with the 1.0 release back in 2016 is when I really made the effort to fill it with stuff. But man, just check out that skyline. There is not much going on here. Newisle just paled in comparison to what it is now. Like, the main island is just where things ended. I had rail lines planned to little communities out there, like this one leads to Tumbleweed. But man, along the way, there's just nothing happening. I guess the skyline was what it was because there was a 64 block limit, I believe, back in the day. So I couldn't get anything like Halcyon Tower I have going on now, or any of the big skyscrapers in the main district. But it was pretty dense back in the day, I'll give it that. Like, it's mostly, I don't know, 3-4 story buildings around here. So part of this building has survived to this day. So now it's the Commerce Court building. You'll see Fremont Street is still more or less the same. I remember I put a tram line in here before, but then villagers kept on climbing onto the rails, so I just got rid of that. Ah, Jed the Wolf. He lives. This would have been pretty soon after I first built him. In loving memory of Jed the Wolf. But that would have been the blue line back in the day. So I've renamed my subway line since then. Made it a bit more, I don't know, fluid. It just makes more sense the way I named it now. So that apartment building is still alive to this day, just different materials. I've got a weapons and armor store over here. And then, this was kind of nice. This brick walkway over here. So now it's more of a stone slab walkway. Still had the subway going on here. But yeah, I just had like no stores going on in here. Man, it just seems like such an empty, desolate place. Had a cafe here. But no villagers. Nothing going on. It's just a dead zone. And I had this weird cheese wedge looking building here. Man, I'm glad I got rid of that. So this would have been where the S1 and S2 lines meet now. There used to be a tram network. So you see kind of a tram influence in some of the designs and what modern Newisle became. Like some of the elevated lines used to be tram lines, and that's why they're still above ground, and that's why you'll have some subway lines and some surface sections. These buildings, this made it into Newisle. So that's in 1.2. So you'll see that out in the suburbs, kind of near the Verona district. These houses, I killed those off in 1.2. I didn't like them very much. And this apartment block, it's pretty shabby and it hasn't changed much, but you can find it in Scarborough nowadays. Hip 2 bedroom square bachelor pads? Okay. Or wait, no. Hip 2B square bachelor pads is what I called it. That's a stupid name. What was I thinking? Forever aloners live here. Oh, that's depressing. Wow, okay. I don't want to live here. I guess forever aloners live here, but they don't seem to be around. So maybe they got a life. I don't know. More townhouses. So I guess old Newisle used to be really, really full of townhouses, even in the downtown district. And this building I got rid of in 1.1. This turned into the Rainwater Ale Brewery, and then the lofts above it, but it was just all residential back in the day. So I still got this. This made it kind of. I updated the facade a bit, but it's more or less the same boxy tower that it used to be. And this used to be my headquarters for Newisle Transit. Kind of a lame looking building. Well, a lot of things are lame looking, but this was particularly lame. Now it's Halcyon Tower, so looks way cooler in my opinion. And the subway station more or less survived. So you can see this section with the glass is kind of open air right now in 1.2. This building died in 1.2. So this used to be my NBI tower where the Newisle Bureau of Investigation was headquartered. And these shabby apartment buildings, I think they survived until 1.0. I moved them out to Scarborough. And now I'm back in the downtown district. And I guess what's really survived over the years is a couple of facades and like the castle here. But it wasn't as detailed. This is pretty close to what I got started with in alpha. It was just a bit blockier before I've updated it, but I've kind of made the effort to give it more modern materials and a bit of a more modern look and feel over the years. Castle Center. Yep, still got the same name. Wow. In this building, I think I moved this over to Rockwood. Damn. Newisle Classic, everyone. If you want to check out this map for yourself, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. I don't know why you'd want to check it out. I guess just for history's sake, because it's so blocky and so outdated. But it's kind of cool just to explore and see where the roots of Newisle came from. Like you can see a Eterna Tower, which a lot of people gave me flack for getting rid of, and 1.2 is still around. So this was one of my very first buildings as well. But yeah, check it out. Newisle Classic from 2011. If you really want to see where Newisle came from in the modern day, this is it. Wow. Okay, this has been a bit of a shock to me about just how simple Newisle was back in the day, but this is what you could do in 2011. Let me know if you like these types of videos in the comments below, and I'll see you guys again later.